Show must go on.
Hey.
Hey. We're finally back on. We were delayed by a whole hour because we were hoping that one of our co-hosts would join us, but unfortunately, life got in the way.
Life and lots of traffic.
Blame LA.
I have a song. There's a song made from Tool. That's basically how they just want LA nuked out of existence. It's a good song.
Yeah. All right. So, but for this comic Crypt, we did a bunch of a grab bag reading today. So each of us picked a comic or two. You just like one quick story for us all to read, and then yeah. So we have 4 stories today. We'll be talking about aliens, Stephen King, Dante's Inferno, and Voodoo. Zombies.
The Night of the Living Exhumed.
How many comics have done like the title gag? It's like the She-Hulk issue did.
I think a lot of She-Hulk issues at least.
That like I love that. That was clever.
All right, so we're gonna just be quick about it. So our first one, where is it? Okay, we'll be talking about the She-Hulk story. So this is a 2-parter. So how about Matchstick, since you're the one who recommended, kind of go do an overview of the story.
Yeah, let me pull out mine. I got my trade paperback right in front of me. So starts with She-Hulk gets an invitation from She-Hulk, not only Marvel Best Girl, but Marvel's second best lawyer. I'm sorry that spot only belongs to Matt Murdock, my beloved. But then she's tasked with doing a case for a zombie. What was it like? It's been a week since I read it.
A guy who was a zombie, a guy who was financially ruined about 6 years ago, came back to life and killed the person who financially ruined him.
The setup was actually in a previous issue. She-Hulk's issues like to do that a lot, but you saw the actual murder. I think it was in the Mole Man issue. So in between wedding scenes, you get a zombie coming up in just one panel, which we see that a few times in this.
Yeah, we got like a man-hater from an alternate future trying to go back in time, and then an alien who wants gamma radiation. So they picked She-Hulk.
Yeah, and those will be followed up on later issues. But she's sent down to Louisiana,
to Nolans.
I'm surprised we didn't have a Gambit issue right here. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself. But it turns out
probably because Gambit was not created at this point.
This was the 90s. Gambit was... When was the Mutant Massacre?
Yeah,
that was when Gambit... I'm looking this up. Mutant Massacre, 1986. This was the 90s. Gambit was, in fact, created.
Are you sure? I thought Sensational She-Hulk was like 80s.
No, wait. Yeah, you're right. It's shit. What Sensational She-Hulk? I could have sworn it was. I think you're right. It's the 80s.
Yeah, it's like
So it is. It is. It's happening congruently with.
okay.
So
Wait, no. Began in '89 and ran for 60 issues. It was the '90s.
Okay.
okay.
First issue was January 3rd, 1989. This is so even the start of She-Hulk was firmly after the Mutant Massacre. So yes, Gambit could have appeared in the issue, but they decided to can him for whatever reason. Probably
Look, he was too busy. He was too busy being a rogue and for his redemption arc after the whole Mutant Massacre, or he's probably dead.
Yeah.
Or he ate the communion wafers that killed you, so that Nightcrawler could be viewed as the Antichrist.
Yeah. Well, they meet up to Samuel David Barron for a aid on a case because he was an expert at zombies, and it turns out that he's a supervillain called the Black Talon.
And mind controls her.
You can see his little chicken outfit, which is really silly. I love the outfit. And then
he looks like a sumo wrestler.
No, so just a
luchador. A luchador.
He does not look like a luchador to me.
It's
just looks like a pro wrestler.
He does. Yeah, he does look like a pro wrestler at least. Yeah. I'm surprised he wasn't the one. He didn't get the chance to throw down.
But later he mind controls She-Hulk, does some voodoo, do have her steal stuff, and eventually he gets the stuff to create the living the exhumed.
It was the was it the undead exhumed?
Yeah, hold on. No, it's exhumed. Rise, my exhumed in the cover. Look, they're basically just like random X-Men who died.
Not even just X-Men, just mutants, because it had the Black Bishop, and he was certainly not an X-Men.
Oh yeah, he was Hellfire Club. Just random mutants that
random mutants containing X-Men. Where she fights the zombie versions of them, and ends up with an argument with the Comics Code Authority.
because of how graphic they could show zombies. Like
she was complaining about how one thing was graphic, and they were how the Comic Code Authority is so lax on some things and hard on the others.
Like the zombies are okay now. There's no precedent for goop.
And then he ends it with like a quote about, now excuse me, I am gonna protect for like something misogynistic.
Let me see here. I've got it in front of me right now.
I know the quote. I know the quote. But
I have to get back to protecting the youth of America by approving misogynistic crucifixion scenes.
I love that.
What is this? Do you know what the reference is to?
The X. I think like the it could be wrong, but it wasn't more of like wasn't like the unless I'm just confusing like a a tribute cover, but like wasn't more of the mutants just like crucified the same way like Logan was that one issue, like on the X?
It could have been.
I don't know, but I think I took it as like then we cut to it and we see one of the female characters being like tied up on a pole, like it's based. I think it's more of like a generational. It's a general joke about
the damsel.
This is too specific. This has to be a reference to something.
I know.
I bet it is. But I just took it in terms of that is like, oh, it's just making fun of how damsels, when they get into this specific situation, is always just like drawn, sexually. Like that's the joke.
Yeah. Well, we one of the She-Hulk gets into a fight, gets the better of all of them, but what's his name again? The Black Talon escapes with one of the X-Men, but the X-Men was a shapeshifter, so he changes into Elvis to attract a few cops on the road, and then they get into a car crash because of it.
Man, they're lucky they're anywhere else except for Graceland, because if they were, the cops wouldn't have followed because they probably think it was like some kind of crazy Elvis impersonator.
Look, they could have done come on, they would have chased him if he shifted into a black man.
Well, thankfully, Black Talon had his cowl over, so they could know.
Yeah, exactly.
She-Hulk catches up with him, and then grabs Black Talon, and then Black Talon's henchman follows her home and stays with her for as far as I remember the rest of the series as like a background character.
Wheezy does like a chop to the head, and then this my tiny head friend there is just falling head over heels for She-Hulk.
So if this was done in the 90s, was this character just a Liefeld joke? A joke on Liefeld?
I think in general he's kind of a voodoo joke, because like how like voodoo doctors like they carry around shrunken heads, so like his head just looks shrunken, and so I imagine like, oh, so he's just supposed to be like some kind of undead servant.
Okay, so being a boyfriend, okay. Okay. So
not the boyfriend, because Wyatt Wingfoot is the boyfriend.
Okay. So in terms of the actual, at the beginning, I did feel like the humor in the book, like I did like the humor, but at the beginning especially, it's like, okay, you're breaking the fourth wall even more than Deadpool. How is this like? We're getting a little bit too much.
You just got to get used to it, and it's really funny.
I was getting used to it, but it did feel like it lacked a real straight man.
It kind of does.
Because every character
is zany. Yeah, it kind of does.
Like, acknowledges the fourth wall. Like
it does. Oddly enough, I was kind of reminded of just Harvey Birdman, like attorney at law, and that and like that, in that everyone is kind of zany in that sense. And I wonder how much that did kind of pull from like a She-Hulk. But no, like I think I think having a straight man would have helped a bit. Because like at first I did find it funny that like Wheezy like acknowledged the idea of the comic book as well. I'm like, oh, so like this is normal for them, like, but like you know, I like I think at one point I kind of like you know, I kind of want like a joke other than just yeah, we're in a comic book.
Yeah, I would have liked a bit more of like maybe if like this is more of like how you do a premise of like a TV series with She-Hulk and stuff. What if She-Hulk remains the same as if she's in the comic book or like a film or anything? But to everyone else, it looks like she's like a schizophrenic. like the idea, like the general idea is that would be is like, oh, she doesn't have the Hulk gamma radiation. She's just a little bit loopy. Like she's a 10 out. She's like 11 out of 10. But
she's got a few like rage.
Screws loose. She's kind of crazy. which would be part of the fun, which would definitely be fun, and plus it does allow a bit more on. I'm not. This is again just me first impression of the series. It would have been have a bit more on like the tension front, right? And having because it did feel like a little bit of low stakes. It's like a moment where like Black Town might control She-Hulk, and it's like you know a situation is like oh no. But having treating it as like, oh, is this the moment where you reveal that you've been playing along this whole time? But it's like, okay, like it also it doesn't help. Just me reminded me about how like we live in a time where this type of humor would, if this comic was released today,
yeah, it would not. It would just be like a drop in a bucket.
Yeah, and even just actually get raked over by people saying like millennial humor.
Yeah, like I think this is better than the millennial humor a bit, and it also adds another thing that adds to the fact is this was written like 90s, way before most of this stuff.
Yeah, I think it helps that we don't have a lot of the other references that it was trying to do, or like we didn't grow up in the exact culture of this 90s, part of the 90s that
I'll call it NEST, right?
we would get.
Wait, what about this? We can't see this.
So there's not a lot of stuff for us to like actually cringe at.
Like I think for me, I think the stakes were fine. Yeah, I know like you know a bit of a jabs at the subplots that just come in and then come out. Like I do appreciate just John kind of making fun of himself through She-Hulk. It's like, oh, you know, John, you're gonna so many subplots you're going to bound to forget them.
I wish he would. I wish he would do that part into the series sometime where I don't think he did, but like where he just puts one and just does where he puts in setup and just doesn't pay it off, and he writes a note to the next author for him to pay it off, and for that to be lampshaded.
I would. It would be fun. The funniest one would actually just be him to himself, where he sets off at like early on, makes that joke by setting up a subplot way out like the start of the series. Wait until like 20 issues, and then pay it off.
I don't think it's as funny if it's him doing it. It has to be one of the other writers. Because it's the joke that Byrne forgets.
Well, the joke would be, you'd think I forgot about this. Like, that's the joke. Would be.
I know the joke would be that Byrne did forget about it.
Well, I was thinking my joke would be, he didn't forget about this.
It'd work with both. You could have a kick and eat it too in this one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd still recommend reading this. This was definitely a fun read.
Like She-Hulk isn't like, like the next shoot, what's that movie called again? It's not like the net. Fuck.
The next Dune.
The next Dune or something. I was thinking of a comic or something, but it's not the next the Batman or anything like that. But it's a very fun read. I also like it more than Deadpool.
I mean, yeah. Like this is a very much a breath of fresh air compared to like modern iterations of Deadpool.
Yeah. I did like the one where Deadpool fights the undead presidents.
That was fun. Like,
I think Deadpool is just too zany.
And that's kind of a Flanderization because like
the movie Deadpool is like the perfect blend of like he is zany, but he's also serious. It's also serious. It's like it takes itself seriously.
Yeah. Well, She-Hulk, I think it does need a straight man. It wouldn't be hard to fit a straight man in, but aside from that, it is very, very good.
Yeah.
Like these like I said, these issues do remind me a lot of like Harvey Birdman. Like I imagine like if a television show like that like was created sort of in that same way where like things had a the thing where like Jennifer is actually going through real cases and her sidekick her sidekick / partner
is an actual lawyer. So you can have like it's I would probably write it as if Jennifer knows all about law, but her specialty is comic book law or fiction law.
Yeah.
And compared to the real lawyer where he knows actual law, including
Matt Murdock comes in and just schools her.
Yeah, but that's why she needs the sidekick lawyer, because the sidekick lawyer will pull out actual legal codes. But you see, Jennifer will win because she will pull up random fictional laws out of her butt.
We have a crossover with Harvey Birdman where they sue each other.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Looks like someone's crowded. It can leave you unable to think straight. Or to make the simplest.
I got reminded by by Shapeshifter. Like no. Chameleon. Got reminded, that Chameleon, like when he used his power to be Elvis. I'm like, Oh yeah, there was just a storyline where they teased Xavier got shot, and it just turned out, oh no, it was just Chameleon. So I did kind of like that. I kind of like that callback joke.
Well, all right. Well, that was She-Hulk. That's a lot of fun. Marvel Best Girl. Suck at everybody else. All the other girls. Creep Show.
Well, Ninjado's. Oh,
Okay, I'm back. Okay.
okay,
sorry.
okay.
Had to change locations because everything, and also no, She-Hulk is not Marvel's best girl. So that's a topic for another day. We may have to do a tier list. Oh, actually be funny. A tier list of like Marvel characters, and we do one for male and female. It's like best boy, best girl. But then you have to put in the question with Marvel: do we include the X-Men or not?
Their answer is always more than X-Men.
Always put in more X-Men.
More X-Men. If you need to ask if we need to put more X-Men, just like it. Wait. If you feel yourself asking the question, do we need more X-Men? Then the answer should be we need more X-Men.
Exactly. But anyway, so let's go to Creep Show. Not. So what is this?
Okay. So really quick. The late George A. Romero and Stephen King were the best friends. They bonded over the fact that, like, in their childhood they used to love reading a lot of the old EC comic books, Tales from the Crypt, the Horror Vault, and all those other titles. And like they as a collaboration, they decided to kind of pitch the idea of a movie that was just meant to be a love letter to those comic books. And we got Creep, Creep Show, which is a comedy horror anthology picture. That again, like in the similar vein as old horror comics. It was a very successful movie. One of the few successful movies in Romero's career. And obviously this with Creep Show success, it would spawn a television show of its own, Tales from the Dark Side. And eventually, like in the 90s, Showtime would buy the rights to the name Tales of the Crypt and would make the anthology TV show of itself. That adapts a lot of the old EC comic stories from the 50s for the modern day. And of course, Creep Show eventually got a television show in 2019 for the streaming service Shudder, and it's done great for itself. And essentially, this comic book adaptation, I always wanted to get the chance to read, because I thought, hey, because Creep Show is entirely based on paying tribute to comic book horror, I want to see how it works just like as a comic book adaptation. It also gives me the chance to kind of talk about the chance on the show to talk about Bernie Wrightson, the late Bernie Wrightson, who I've admired a lot of his works. Yeah, obviously, like to name like an accolade he has done. He has co-created with Len Wein the Swamp Thing, and like he's of course he's worked a lot with not just the big two, but with heavy metal. He made a very great like a graphic novel illustration of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, in which he completely like draws the comic using only the details that Mary Shelley herself stated in the book. It's a wonderful story, and like I love his work, and I kind of and yeah, like Creep Show. As far as an adaptation, the only thing that's really missing is just the wraparound segment, because this is a comic book. It doesn't really need a wraparound segment as like a movie does. But like all 5 of the short stories are as close as a depiction as they were in the movie. And we can start with the very first one, Father's Day.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't a big fan of this comic.
I thought it was all right. Like it's just it's just like horror short stories. Like it got what it said on the tin on the box.
Yeah, it was definitely creepy. It
I
was definitely
okay.
a creep show.
I think while it does a good job I do think it does a fairly good job at adapting. I think a lot of the humor can be lost in translation compared to the movie.
Yeah, I didn't get the fact that it was supposed to be a comedy. It's
The only
I
comedy
kind of
I got was from like the what was his name, the Creep himself.
yeah.
The Creep, like the narration really does seem like it's kind of filling in the gaps.
I feel like there's supposed to be like some sort of like maybe ironic into it that's kind of into the stories that's kind of humorous, but I'm like
Just 1 year,
it just didn't really hit
Yeah.
in that way.
It's just how much money
Yeah.
they can save.
Like it really does. I think it really does. Come because Father's Day. I think just as a straight retelling, I thought to myself, well, like I can acknowledge some of the humor points, like Aunt Brill just driving up to her family manor, just drinking and smoking, because like it's the day that it's a Father's Day, and it's also the day that she and her sister poisoned their father, and so like that's a very humorous scene. But I do think like some of the exaggeration is again just lost in adaptation, because there's really no actor there to put a flirt. Like the like I think yeah, there are also some like details that are just missing that kind of eliminates the joke. Like the whiskey isn't poured on the grave, and that's not what causes the zombie to rise up and demand his cake. Which like it goes through and kills Hank, which in the movie Hank was played by Ed Harris. Some fairly well known character actors that were in the movie in this like that were in the movie, and they're kind of drawn. I mean, Hank really doesn't look anything like Ed Harris, but like, you know, there probably is a sense of they couldn't get his likeness for the comic. But like Father's Day, like it was an all right telling. Was it, the next one was the Lonesome Death of Jordy Vale, Vril. That also does suffer from the fact that like the main character who in the movie he was played by Stephen King. It's kind of devoid a lot of like the silly, the kind of like over the top acting that like Stephen King put into the role. So like a lot of the fantasy segments of him just imagining like, oh, I'm gonna get $200 for this this tiny little meteor rock that like just popped right into my yard, and I get to pay off my debts, and like the scene where like he's imagining the doctor, like going to the doctor, and he's afraid that they're gonna cut off, amputate his fingers. I think the joke is just missing there because like the same actor was playing not only his father in the mirror but also the doctor. So it's like Jordy, the only person he can remember in his life is just his dad, and that's just what he's supplanting as his roles. But yeah, and that I think yeah, like I do agree with you guys. There is a sense of I part of me does appreciate this, but the humor gets lost in translation because like it's not like as much as I do think Wrightson does a fantastic job trying to emulate the old type of comic art. I think it was like I don't think comedy is his strong suit. So like a lot of those elements that are supposed to be funny, like in the Crypt, when like what's his name Uphill, when he's thinking about like his wife, when he's cleaning up the blood, and he's just imagining like at the party when she was just like drunk and calling him out, and like he imagines he pulls out a gun and just shoots her right there, and then everyone in the party claps and congratulates him. Like at least I feel like that's a joke that's at least done halfway good. But like I think my least favorite was honestly the favorite I had of my favorite segment in the movie, and that's the I'll tide you, something to tide you over, and that's that really just comes down to the fact of like I love the performance of Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson as the villain and the victim respectively. Like some of that magic is just lost from the idea that like this is just played too straight.
Yeah, and that one is like I enjoyed it for the most part in terms of the comeuppance, but then just the whole setup is like, okay, you like for me just thinking physically without knowing that this is supposed to be a joke, right? Part of it's where it's like, okay, how on earth did he manage to convince these people to dig their own things and then the comics it doesn't show like a gun or anything. I didn't see any guns. So
Yes.
like I think he was holding one, but like you couldn't see it because like
I
it was
remember him seeing it. Wait. At which part?
like that.
Holding the person at gunpoint so that he digs his
Oh,
hole.
I saw a gun.
Okay.
Like I'm like and then like again for the very last segment I can also say the how much of a crudgety bastard the old man is in the last segment isn't portrayed as as humorously and that's just something I can say about the entire comic is I appreciate the chance to getting the chance to actually read through it, but like I do think things have like maybe Changus, hey bud.
Hi. I'm sorry I'm late.
No problem. No.
All right, Changus, you're gonna have to give us Changus. We're gonna have to send you out as punishment back in the traffic.
You do that. You do that. I will actually punch you, man.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to drive all the way.
No.
to Georgia.
Look, here's the punishment, an easy punishment, okay? You just have to deal with cockroaches.
Oh, please don't.
I
No, I'm not dealing with roaches, man. Yes.
I've been in houses like this, almost like this.
Like what? That it looks clean, but it's actually infested with.
That it looks like it's infested with roaches, and that it is infested with roaches. So it's like you open the door and they just start falling down. Like you can see feces in the sockets. They can color the walls. They're all throughout the kitchen. You open the bathroom door, and they're there. And
Okay, that's enough.
Like in short, I think like I am in agreement. I'm grateful for the chance to kind of read through it, but but I think this just does work better more as a movie, oddly enough, than a comic. The same comic it was trying to it was the same kind of comics that it was trying to tribute.
Yeah.
I like the art, but
the art's good. Yeah. So Chinggis, what do you thought of the She-Hulk story in Crypt Show?
Oh, I thought they were alright. Yeah, they're alright. She-Hulk it's fun. I don't mind She-Hulk. Thing is just I think humor really wasn't really it for me. That's just me personally. Well, I thought it was alright. Then Creep Show was fun, but I haven't seen the movie though, so
yeah.
I need to show you the movie, Chingus. Like there, one of the segments, the segment was like with the billionaire that digs a grave for his wife and her lover, and videotapes it. Leslie Nielsen's the villain, and it's great.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Speaking of fun,
yeah,
we're doing X-Men now. So this is
yeah.
my pick.
The X-Men.
So in this story, we learn this is all about Nightcrawler, despite him not being in the cover. So essentially, we pick up on his 21st birthday, and this is his first time getting like whole presents, and he's like, it was implied that he was been sent on errands, like the whole, oh, we're setting up the party while you're going on a bunch of errands. So he's opening up gifts, and then he pulls out one that is a little glass version of himself, and then it turned to smoke. And then Nightcrawler falls over dead.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. But he's actually not dead. His soul was taken by I forgot her name again. Oh, her name's blank.
Starts with an M.
What?
Starts with an M.
Yeah, Maldalda?
Mel. Names sure are hard, ladies and gentlemen. Let's
okay, it's okay. Bingo. I did I used Google. So Margali Ziphus.
What do I do till then?
Yeah. So
we're just gonna call her Margie.
Yeah, Margie. So Margie kidnaps him, his soul, and impromptus with the help because of Doctor Strange helping out. Also kidnaps the X-Men or Doctor Strange as well, and they end up in Dante's Inferno. And it's essentially them going a fun rap through Dante's Inferno. First trying to save Nightcrawler, and then it turned into saving Aurora Storm.
I mentioned this before we went live, that like I remember reading this story in an omnibus that that was about Days of Future Past. So this was one of the stories that they included to get the reader up and up to chase about Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, because Kitty Pryde showed up like the issue right before.
Yeah. And Kitty, she's still learning. Like she needs to learn, the number one rule that when Xavier tells you to do something, you do it, or you're probably going to die.
Yeah. So,
He exposes us. They know he's here.
And then it's revealed that going through all of Dante's Inferno, where we learn about Nightcrawler's backstory, where he was his parents died when he was a baby. This was before the Mystique retcon. So,
do you remember what it was like?
We learned that he was raised by Margie and her son, and then her daughter Jimaine. And her son made Nightcrawler promise, because the reason why throughout the story we've been getting hints that Nightcrawler killed Margie's son, but he's not telling the whole story.
I just got to say, how many
Something about the soldiers.
what's it called? Gypsy witches are we gonna have in Marvel? We got this. We got Doctor Doom. We got Scarlet Witch. Every time there's a gypsy, there seems to be they seem to be witches.
Okay.
Maybe the Inquisition was right.
The gypsy, I think historically, Marvel is very against the gypsies. I'm sorry, any gypsy Marvel zombies. You're not think of fondly by the company.
Well, let's see. They're trying. You got Doctor Doom being the ultimate bad guy. You got Nightcrawler was raised by gypsy, so that's good. Then his adopted brother, basically. went evil and killed a bunch of people, forcing Nightcrawler to kill him, even though he didn't want to. He accidentally stopped his neck, and then he couldn't ask for forgiveness, leading him to become an X-Men. And then you got Scar Witch, which starts out bad, but then turns good, and then bad again, and then good. Yeah, Scar Witch is just the stock market. And did I miss anyone?
No. I think the nails have been hit on the heads.
Yeah. So anyway, so we find out, yeah, he did kill a guy because of a promise he made, and he didn't want to fulfill it, but he had to. And then it's revealed that this whole thing was set up by his adopted sister, Jermaine, who then is revealed to be actually Nightcrawler's girlfriend, Amanda.
Habsburgs are coming in and are like, you done me proud, boy.
So here's the funny thing, okay?
Not only are you going to be a demon, not only is your child going to be a demon in mutant genes, it's going to be a demon in regular genes as well.
Even though it's the step sister. Real, like,
Close
okay.
enough.
Like, I grew up reading X-Men comics, and this was after this reveal, but they never referenced it. So just imagine myself reading this like years ago. I'm like, what? Because I was really I was sort of invested in Nightcrawler and his. Yeah, this is like one thing that I wish was retcon, and guess what Marvel's solution was?
What did the powers that be decided was best?
I think they did break up at one point, but that's not the important part. The important part is that she's dead since 2014.
There, in comics, there's only two things that are consistent: unhappiness and death.
And resurrection, if you're popular enough.
Unhappiness, death, and taxes.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but we don't.
Yeah, I hope Jenkins is doing you. Jenkins, are you? How about you?
How is your tax situation, Chengus?
I did replace some breakers.
Okay, he's busy. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, I did enjoy this. What do you guys think of this story?
I really like it. I like it when the X-Men can take a page out of like the Fantastic Four book and just have an adventure.
Yeah,
we don't have to deal with any of like the shenanigans regarding like whether or not they fit in society. It's just they're just wacky people who just go on adventures.
This is my first X-Men and Doctor Strange fighting demons rodeo.
You are we going to continue matching?
Oh, I've read this reminds me of a book I read as a kid from the X-Men First Class books. Do you guys know what that is?
What were they?
Like they were all like sort of a revamp of it was sort of doing issues where it was the Classic Five. And they had an issue where Cyclops could see demons using his quartz visor, and so they had to go to Doctor Strange, and they duplicated the visors to fight the demon.
It's like, man, that sucks for Scott.
Well, I mean, they
Demons.
won at the end and beat the demon, so
Yeah, but that just means the demons were following Scott, and he didn't. He just noticed it at that one point.
why were demons? I don't. This was a long while ago, so I don't really remember too much after it.
I think it's just the Summer's curse. I think, like his luck just made it to where like something evil was bound to follow him, and it just so happened to be demons.
So also, so speaking of other thing, speaking of demons, we have to deal with the whole hints at the Kitty Pryde Colossus romance.
I'm glad they aged her up eventually.
Yeah.
13 and a half!
How old is Peter there? Like 20?
Even if she was 18, it would be weird.
Even if he was like 15, it would be weird. Like, at that age, you're getting really close to puberty, so it's very weird if you're not very close.
Also, it's just so funny that 2 issues in a row, like 2 months in a row, we have to deal with this age gap thing.
Like,
in an American context, not in a European context where that is sort of okay.
It's like, all right, we're gonna wait until you're 18 to consummate the marriage, but we're still married for political reasons. Now wife, go play with dolls while I declare war on France.
Well, I just heard, like, when it comes to even in the modern times, it's more of like related to maturity level.
I mean, like people in the past had to mature from like much younger ages.
Yeah.
So like, I understand right now it's really a weird topic to kind of just touch upon. Which is like it's a blessing that like nowadays people can just people are given a much smoother transition into adulthood. I think, obviously making Kitty older was better. Like, I know they the only reason she is 13 was because they want to still keep that moniker of being the youngest. But like,
you could have made her like 18 and it would still probably work.
Yeah. I think at this time, like, the X-Men were still kind of, apart from Logan, but I don't know when we learned, unless we already learned. Like, I don't know when
this
we learned.
This is after the Dark Phoenix saga.
Like, they're all adults.
They like Cyclops literally just left. Like, left the team. This is right before Days of Future Past as well.
It is funny to see, to mention that. It is just really kind of funny to think that, like, because like I know that Days of Future Past was written specifically to try to get readership behind a Kitty by featuring her in her own sort of storyline. It's kind of funny that even there, like, they think the solution to kind of make Kitty likable was just to age her up in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, like right now, yeah, but like you said, like you guys say, right now, like they are fully just adult heroes. And that's Kitty's curse of just being the youngster. And I like Kitty and Peter's relationship after her age up.
I can't wait till they have, what was it, a second mutation? That's what they call them. Kitty's second mutation is to be aged up within an issue. Next issue she comes up, she's like, Peter, I'm an adult woman now. And Peter's like, yeah, what the fuck?
That's weird.
Oh, you're making a joke about the Green Lantern. Aren't you, Matchstick?
Colossus, more like
I didn't even think of it, but now, yes.
Oh
I-
man, they're gonna get trapped in a cave and most creepy
Colossus,
lighting
more
over
like-
Kitty's face.
more like colossal groomer.
Man,
The Colossophile.
Colossal file.
I like it. Like I just like that idea of Peter just being the most level-headed, of the group. Just like remarking, it's like, oh, Kitty comes in and is like, hey, I'm older now, Peter. And it's like just standing there and like trying to absorb the situation, and then just in this heavy Russian accent, he's like, what?
Peter, I'm older. Da. Um,
yeah. All right. So, what do you think of this issue, Chingus?
The X-Men one, I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. I like the idea of, using Kurt's religion as like a set dressing for like the whole idea. Like, oh, you're Christian, right? So what if, we sent them to like the circles of hell from Dante's Inferno. That's a that's a fun idea alone. That is a very fun premise. The whole thing was fun. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's just I'm gonna be honest. That's my opinion. Like just like everything that we were reading. They're fun. They're fun. They're neat. I liked it.
Yeah. The Amanda thing is so weird. I hate that.
It's like the retcons only exist so we can just like neuralize all the moments that like weird and outdated notions happened.
Like, yes, technically they're not blood related, but you raised them in the same household since they were babies.
You knew him as an infant.
You even call him your son, Margie. How do you approve of this relationship?
They operate on levels beyond our understanding.
Maybe William Stryker has a point. Maybe mutants should not suffer this indignity.
Yeah.
Maybe they are demons.
Maybe we should just get rid of these mutants, man. They're nothing but a nuisance.
They're demons, like the Xenomorphs.
Yeah. They are.
So our last one is Alien Salvation. So Chinggis, since you're the one who put this up, do a recap of what this is about.
It's aliens.
Uh,
What happens in this story, and or like any creative history tidbits.
Well, I can't really help you that much on the behind the scenes stuff. I just know it has it. You know, the art's obviously from my boy Mike
it's a,
McNola.
is that the same Dave Gibbons who's also yeah,
I
who's
don't.
also an
I
artist?
don't. I don't know. This was a comic that me and Nick read a while. Zero Nick read a while ago, so he would know more about this type of stuff. But
Oh no! No!
No, that's
Quicksilver Scarlet Witch.
that's just a step too far. That really is just incest in the morning.
That's when you bring out the dual banjos.
But yeah, no, I unfortunately I can't really tell you that much about the behind the scenes of Alien Salvation. It was just a book me and
Oh,
Nick read a bit ago, and
well,
I thought it
uh,
was really cool.
well, Nick. Well, look, I called you Nick. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go flagellate myself. Well, like, Chinggis, how much did Nick tell you about, like, sort of the Dark Horse Alien comics?
Uh, oh, Nick says it's the same Gibbons, by the way. So,
Oh, okay, yeah, like that's cool. Like, I like Dave Gibbons.
uh, when it comes to how much he's told me about like Dark Horse with like aliens, you probably said a lot. I just don't remember. I'm sorry, Nick. But I I just know like Dark Horse they had the rights to publish a bunch of alien comics, and they just they did a lot of did a lot of cool stuff with it.
This was their material was like largely because I think they like I could be wrong. I'm gonna get screamed at for this. But I'm like I think they also just had the Predator license as well, and they like the Alien and Predator comics for the longest time were just what people like attach themselves to
Yeah.
when between like the movies.
Hmm. Yeah, and I can see why. These so far a lot of stuff I've read from Dark Horse when it comes to aliens and Predator. They're fun. They're neat. I dig it. I can see why people like it. Uh, so right. So Alien Salvation though right. This was a book that me and Nick read a bit ago. Oh, excuse me. And I thought I would share it with because it's fun. It's a neat it's a nifty little thing where the whole idea is obviously there's aliens, xenomorphs aboard a spaceship, and causes the spaceship to crash. But we're focusing mainly on I forgot the main protagonist's name. I think it's Selric. I think that's his name. Is but basically
Selkirk. It's
Selkirk.
yeah, Selkirk.
Okay.
I just
So
remember him as the cook.
yeah. But the big thing though is our main protagonist, our boy here. He is a very religious man. So the whole idea of this whole comic is just what if we frame a typical like aliens story, but through like the view of a very highly religious person. So like he views these xenomorphs as like demons, hellspawn, and I think and they just go ham with it. It's really neat. You're following mostly for the most part you're following our main protagonist just trying to survive on a planet they got marooned on, and and then like there's very few actual like talking. It's mostly just like inner monologue and narration through our protagonist's point of view, and everything's through that religious lens. So like every action he does, he views it as oh, this is like a test from God or something. Something like
Yeah.
the captain he got marooned with, he starts going crazy and he has no choice but to he has no choice but to kill him in self-defense, and he views it as like, oh, that the captain was, he was obviously possessed. He had to be possessed by like
You forget that he eats the captain.
that's true.
He does eat the captain, and it's like, it's that sense of like, I hate doing this, but it's like there's no other way to survive.
Yeah, and it's oh man, I hope God can forgive me for this grave sin that I'm about to commit in order to survive.
Takes another bite.
Like and that's just really what it's like throughout the whole comic. He's just trying to survive on this planet, and then again everything's like, oh, this must be like a test of God. Oh man, I did this terrible thing. I've sinned against God. And then obviously the Xenomorphs, they're demons, hellspawn. And then there's the whole thing with uh the sole female survivor of the ship, Dean. And he's having like lustful thoughts about her, and he views it as like, oh no, I'm sinning, I'm having indecent thoughts about her. And then you get the reveal like, oh, she's an android, she's synthetic. And so now it's like, oh man, I had all these indecent thoughts for someone that's not even human. And then that kind of changes his whole point of view, where now he starts believing, oh, the synthetic, through the synthetic, the corporation he works for, Weyland Yutani, they're the real devil. That's the real Satan at work, just masquerading as a company.
It's the super devil.
Yeah, it's the super
They
devil.
have a jar of marmalade.
Exactly.
No. She was the jar of marmalade that forced him to commit adultery.
Oh yes. So
I did want to ask on that. Like, he didn't sleep with her, right? Or
no,
did he?
no.
Okay.
It was just indecent thoughts. Like the whole thing is framed through his point of view, like a test of God, like testing him if he will fall for the temptation of lust and stuff. And then he's like, oh, I almost got tempted by the company, the devil. Ooh. So I just thought this was a really neat comic. Like, again, like the idea of like framing everything through this man's point of view as like everything as a religious action. And then and ultimately, and I do really like the ending though of the comic, where even though he sacrificed himself to destroy all the
I thought it was a
Xenomorphs.
really good book.
Yeah, I really like the ending though. Like, even though he sacrificed himself to destroy all the Xenomorphs, at the end, there's a missionary vessel that's passing by the planet. And they couldn't find any survivors or wreckage, because the cook destroyed it all. But it's just fun how, like, in his final moments, he did what he felt was an act of God. And so you have like a missionary ship passing by, and in a sense, without unknowingly continuing to kind of spread, they're spreading the word of God throughout space. So in a sense, it's like, oh, even though he died, God's gonna continue doing what he has to do. I thought that was really fun. That was really cool. So Mm.
while reading this, I was sort of reminded of like just the alternate Alien 3, where it was originally going to be set in a monastery,
Yeah.
and just that idea of like, yeah, the like Christ, not just like, you know, like the belief in Christ, not just in the space age of discovery, but like, well, more in the alien universe, this is more like the space age of survival. Um, but also just you know, like confronting something that was just created, you know, so, like the xenomorph that was just created solely to survive, and spite, you know, in spite of everything around it, and every, you know, like use the creatures it comes in contact with to procreate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, there's something like, there's something great knowing that, like, even in a future that's not as bright as this, there's still something that people still hold hope to, whether it is, you know, like in Romulus,
Mm-hmm.
with like getting your freedom and going to what you believe is paradise, or here, you know, latching on to the idea of, you know, there, you know, where there's still good out there, uh, and then like there's someone who is watching over me.
Mm.
Yeah, I did like the religious aspect. Like the whole point of, I did like this. Really enjoyed this. Like, and yeah, that ending where, like, yeah, he did. Our main character did die, but he did uh, take out all those xenomorphs with him, and it just, but then it didn't end there. It ends with a missionary ship with that whole big red cross on it. It's
So very
like,
Warhammer, like it's slightly
It
Warhammer.
does. It does feel very Warhammer.
yeah, it needs to be more of like a giant flying cathedral than it would be in Warhammer. Like just imagine this, if this was a Warhammer comic, like, and the Xenomorphs are just a breed of gene stealers. No, of Tyranids.
Well, there's no humanity on that planet, so it's just free to exterminate us.
Yeah, exactly. He did form an exterminatus.
They got nuked the site from orbit. It's the
And
only
he
way to be
killed Dean
sure.
because it's revealed that she's a robot because she has no soul. So
Exactly. So.
but yeah, it definitely, like, I liked how the whole comic was written as a long prayer.
Mm.
Like that's what it's kind of the format. It's like even how it ends. Like his final lines is the classic Lord's Prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, just as it was about to get, like, you know, get his face caved in by the xenomorph tongue, boom.
Yeah.
You know, he got to die painlessly, which is, you know, all you can really ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At least he wasn't used as part of their wall painting to make more children. Like,
yeah.
You really did better wish you would rather just die from the xenomorph than become their baby making machine.
Also, just it's kind of funny then, like in the alien universe, like they could possibly just find like a planet like this that is like hospitable to something like humans, but like all of its resources is just incompatible with us. So like
Mhm.
you snatch a bird and it just tastes like crap. Like and like most of the mammals just are not edible. It's like
Mhm.
that is a sad reality.
Hopefully there was no good oil there.
Did you say oil? Oh my gosh. All right, boys. Someone call Bush out of retirement. We got oil to dig up.
Someone unfreeze Bush.
Hey, we gotta unfreeze him. Mr. Bush. Mr. Bush. We found oil on another planet. You take me to that planet. Take me to that son of a bitch right now. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I like this comic. It was fun when I first read this with Zeno Nick, and I felt like this would be fun to share.
Yeah,
I'm glad you guys liked it too.
yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, this was a fun set of readings. So, and with that, that'll conclude this episode. Sorry for delays and
That's
all the
on
chaos.
me. That's completely on me. I
No, it's not on you.
It's life.
You had family issues. You know, it's happening. It
it's
happens.
it's life.
Yeah.
But next time we are doing Green Lantern, finishing up.
Yep,
We're going from one horror story to another.
we're finishing up.
Yeah. Going from one horror story to another. There's nothing.
Hopefully it'll be better. Hopefully.
There's
If I had a
nothing
nickel
worse.
for every time Not chose an old comic he read that turns out to be not as good, it had some issues they didn't remember, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it is kind of funny that it happened twice.
It is kind of funny, yeah.
Well, it was my fault this again when we deal with the degeneracy. So,
But because like I just have to like I just have to accept the fact that like like comic pros in the past just had had a weird life.
Comic pros in the past?
no, it's just comic writers
pros
in general.
Comic writers in general.
Still weirdos now.
We just don't read the modern weirdo stuff.
Well, in the modern stuff, they're just in the modern stuff they're just trying too hard to appeal to children, like sad old men. Like in these older
Appeal
stuff,
to children.
yeah.
Right. Then they throw in some adult stuff on top of it. No, they are
Well,
not
it's what their
appealing.
view of children is.
This is what
Yeah.
this is what they think children want.
So basically,
Yeah.
the 30-year-old children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they are children and they view themselves as children.
But you read something like Tales of the Green Lantern, and I feel like, man, this is written by someone who is like just completely is completely kind of like, I wouldn't say out of touch is the right word, but it's like they just had like a different mindset.
They just didn't care.
But in December, you guys up for doing Batgirl?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe Christmas stuff. If you want to do Christmas stuff.
Yeah, sure. I'm okay with that. I'm down for
I
it.
think it's gonna be harder to find Christmas stuff though.
Really? Because within the volume of the X-Men is a Christmas special involving Kitty Pryde and a not Xenomorph.
And a not Xenomorph.
I really want to do Batgirl though.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I like your idea, but I was like, I don't really want to do two themed issues very close to each other.
Yeah,
All right, fair enough.
yeah, and then we'll go to Batgirl, and then what? Just one set of Batgirl?
We could actually finish it up in 2 sessions.
Okay.
Pucker.
But then we have to do 2 Marvels. No, wait, no. It will make up for the fact that we did a bunch of episodes of Spider-Man.
We did 100
we did
100 issues of
issues
Spider-Man.
of Spider-Man. Yeah, we got to do 100 issues of Green Lantern to make up for it.
No,
We're going to
Exactly.
break out the Jeff Johns.
no, not
Let's
the
go.
Jeff Johns.
50 plus more issues of Hal in a questionable relationship. Yeah. Was it like the last time we read Green Lantern, right? They teased like Star Sapphire, so things are gonna get even better now.
Holy shit! Oh yeah! Shit, we do
Oh,
have to do Star
no.
Sapphire.
Oh, I
So
forgot.
Hal's relationship issues are gonna get even better now. It's great.
I'm
Hal,
gonna just
Hal,
hate
what
my...
are you doing with that woman? Is that a teenager, Hal? Holy! Do you know how old you are?
No, please, you have to understand. She aged herself up.
You see, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern uses the light to produce the Romeo and Juliet card.
Exactly, from Transformers.
Man, it's just gonna get me mad because of how much they keep screwing up Star Sapphire. Like the whole, more specifically, Carol Ferris. Like apparently, any character named Carol in the comic worlds is always ending up getting screwed over by editorial or the writers.
Watch out! If your name is Carol, watch out! Watch out!
I was thinking if Power Girl was named Carol, but no, that's Karen.
Karen, you get away this time, Karen.
You get away with writers trying to draw with bigger tits each issue. True story.
No, I know. No, I thought that was the Linkara joke. The myth one is the Starfire with her hair. No. Oh, it was no. That's the Linkara joke.
That's not a joke.
With the Starfire. Starfire.
That with Power Girl, the artist made a joke of it to try to see if he could draw with bigger tits each issue, without and see how long it takes for editorial to notice.
Eventually, what's gonna happen is she's just gonna look like a blow up balloon. But then they're like, "No, I don't see anything wrong with this. This is fine."
That's why Power Girl is known for her boobies.
Yes.
Thank you, Power Girl. Very, very cool.
Okay, and with that, let's head out for the night. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, have a good night. Hopefully life treats you better than